Hey guys, Dave here from Design Upgrade Pro for H5P, and this video is going to cover all of the options for the interactive video content type. I know a lot of you guys, especially in the e-learning space, are using this, and we've got quite a few options here, and I'm going to go through each one. So to start off with, we've got a border radius. Now, you can set a global border radius, like I've shown in previous videos on the General Design tab, but we thought it was important to give videos a separate border radius if you wanted to use it. So you can set that separately here. This is in pixels, so that's what's creating these nice rounded corners. For the video controls, we give you background, icons, and then a hover icon color. The video controls refer to this area down here that's in this teal color. So the background is the teal color, that's this right here. The icons in this light blue, that's what the icon color is by default, and then when you hover it, it's going to change to black. So that's what's happening as you see right here for all of the icons down here in the timeline. All of the rest of the options here, interactive buttons, there's a simple type, there's a quiz type, and then there's some interactive crossroads. These are all elements that you can add into the video, which I'll show you in just a second. And I will also show you that all of the options that you choose for other content types that you can add as overlays in here. For example, you can add different types of multiple choice questions as pop-ups here within the video. Those, when you do that, they will inherit the multiple choice question styles. So just like if you were to use a multiple choice question on its own, also if you put it within an interactive video, it will use these styles as well. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples here. I'll play the video a little bit and I'll stop it at different points and explain to you what the rest of all these options do. All right, so the first one here is just an example of a true-false question. We've stopped the video and we've got a true-false question pop-up. You'll notice that all of your button styles are going to be pulled from the button panel. The true-false is going to continue to use the multiple choice question styles that we have. And we also apply the same border radius that you have set for the video itself. We apply that to all of these white overlays that appear on the video itself. All right, so now we have an example of an interactive button. So here we have a multi-choice question with an interactive button. So you see that this button has a green background with a white icon, and then we hover it and it changes the opposite and goes from white background and a green icon. So that's using the interactive button quiz options here, and there are 4 of them. You can set the background hover, the icon, and the icon hover. So that's what this green and white is doing here, is going to be applied to any type of quiz interactive button that you have set up here on your video. When we open up this, click on this button and open up the multi-choice question, you'll notice again that we are still using the multi-choice styles that we've set up on the multiple choice question panel here, and the button style still applies. Also, another small note is that all of the X icons or close icons, you see an example right here, all of those are going to use some form of your dark incorrect color. We've decided to use that for all of these close icons. Some of them will have background red like this one with a white X in the middle. Some will add a red border around it. Just kind of depends on how H5P coded these different buttons, because they use different methods to code some of these close buttons. But in some way, shape, or form, we're going to use I'll show you real quick, we're going to use on the General Design tab, we're going to use this incorrect error color, dark. That's what's going to be used for all of the close icons. But I just wanted to show you again that the multiple choice styles apply to everything in the video as well. This is an example of a simple label right here. We currently don't have any options for colors for this, but we are applying the border radius that you use for the video. We are applying that to the edges of the background of this simple label, but right now there are no color options for it. Here we have an example of a simple interactive button. So the options here, we've got background hover, icon hover. So the background is going to be white, and then it's going to hover to red, the icon will be gray, and then change to white. So this is going to have a red background with a white icon when we hover over it, and this is the example of just a simple interactive button. Here, this is going to use your main text color from the General Design tab, and again, we're inheriting the border radius for the corners, and we've got the dark incorrect color there for the X out icon. Final customization option that we give you here in the sidebar is for the interactive crossroads. There's the header at the top, and you can choose the background color and the text color. So this is an example here of an interactive crossroads. So we've set it to this gold color for the background and black for the text. It is, again, using the border radius that you've set for the video. And then you'll notice that these options also are being pulled from the multiple choice styles that you've set. Once you get through your interactive video and you get to the summary screen, we've done quite a few different things to style this differently. So you'll notice that this is white instead of black. H5P uses black by default. The reason that we chose to switch it to white with this plugin is so that you can continue to use the we could use the button styles that you've set on the buttons panel for this button. So if you do certain styles here for the button and it's normally shown on a white background, it looks very different when it's shown on a black background and might not work. You might be using a dark gray or a black color for part of your button style, which would completely get washed out if it were on a black background. So that's why we chose to change this to white. We've got our dark incorrect color up here for the X. We've got our same rounded corners being applied. Button styles obviously are going to be pulled in. All of the text on this page is going to use the main text color here from the general design panel. Also, another thing to note is that when you hover over the different answered questions, it's going to use your hover link color. So we're not using the link color for the default text. We're just going to keep this to the main body text, but on hover we are using the link color, and we're applying an underline there. We also put the little gray shadow over the entire row when you hover over it, and we've made some small adjustments to just the general styling of the headers up here and the font sizing and stuff like that here, just to clean it up just a little bit. So this is a good example of the summary screen. And then the one thing I did not mention, currently this timeline bar here that's showing the video progress, there is no way to update that right now. It's pretty tricky to figure out the CSS to kind of write all of this stuff, and some of the way just that it's built makes it very difficult to get into and update. So if we can in the future, we'll look at giving you the option to play around with the colors of this video play bar here. But for right now, it's always going to be this really dark gray, almost black color. And then as things are playing, it turns to what I believe is actually a gray color. It looks almost white, but it's gray. And then this is going to be that same white-gray color with black bars on it. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about what color you want to make the video controls timeline down here. You'll probably want to keep this background color to something on the darker side, but probably not completely black or dark gray. But something on the darker side would probably be best. So that is everything for the interactive video.